all aboard!
Why not? What's the matter with the credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an anvil salesman. Does your firm give credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
River City! River City next!
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button-ups. Cash for the cotton goods. Cash for the hard goods. Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the meat goods. Cash for the nuns and pickings and the perkins. Look, what are you talking? What are you talking? What are you talking? You can talk, you can talk. You can bicker, you can talk. You can bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk, you can talk. You can talk, 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 talk. Bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. But you gotta know the territory.
Ever meet a fellow by the name of Hill?
Hill.
Hill.
Hill? 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 No!
Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute.
Never heard of any salesman, Hill. Now, he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory.
What's those lines?
Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute.
Never worried about his lines.
Never worried about his lines.
Or it's all one thing. He's just a fake selling a big long freight that never got the ring for it. Every time. Bullseye salesman. That's such a Paroo. Paroo. Tell us what's his line. What's his line?
He's a fake and he doesn't know the territory.
Look, he's a what? What is his name? So, clarinet. Kids in the town with big trombones and the red tattoos. The big and the piccolo. Uniforms too. Shangle parade on the coat and the big red stripe.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Angel and picks, perhaps, and here and there, too, sir.
No, so pants. Boy pants. I know how he does it. But he lives like a king. And he dallies and he gathers and he bucks and he shines. When the man dances, certainly boys, what else? Try to taste him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly boys, what else? Try to taste him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
River City! We're across the state line into Iowa. River City! Population 2,212. Board!
All right, if you're all through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
You actually know Hill?
Never saw him in my life, but I know this much. He's given every one of us a black eye. After he's worked a town over, the next salesman to arrive gets automatically tarred and feathered and rode out to the city limits on a rail.
But why should he get rode out of town on the rail?
Because in order to sell band instruments and uniforms and instruction books, he has to guarantee to teach the kids to play and to form them kids into a band, with himself as the leader.
Sure like to be around when you catch up with him.
Well, it won't be on this trip. Not in Iowa. Even the great Professor Hill wouldn't try to sell them neckboat Hawkeyes out here.
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll have to give Iowa a try.
Don't believe I caught your name.
hospital, and nobody come to see me. Cousin Will never come, Aunt Bertha never come.
Your Aunt Bertha's dead. She wouldn't have come anyway.
We can be cold as our falling thermometers in December if you ask about our weather in July. And we're so blind and stubborn we can stand touching noses for a week at a time and never see eye to eye. But we'll give you our shirt and a bag to go with it. If you're broad shouldered, happy to die.
So what the heck? You're welcome. Glad to have you with us. Even though we may not ever mention it again.
You really asked to give Iowa, Iowa. The Butte, Des Moines, Davenport, Marshalltown, Mason City, Kimball, Hayes, Clear Lake. On to give Iowa a try.
Ah, Mr. Squires, yes, I'm interested in a rig for Sunday if you can accommodate me.
Then I expect you ought to see the managers in charge of hiring rigs. Who is late, as usual?
Gregory!
Marcellus!
You old son of a gun! What? But Greg!
Professor Hill's the name, Harold Hill.
But Greg, what are you doing here? Why didn't you let me know you was coming?
Oh, I didn't know as myself. Besides, how could I know you'd end up in a little tank town like this? You were a pretty big sucker when you were in business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you work. Besides, got me a nice, comfortable girl, Ethel Toffelmeyer, boss's niece.
Gone legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
So what's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business. I heard you was in steam automobiles.
Well, I was.
So what happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No.
Now give me the lowdown here, Mars.
Oh, you'll never get anywhere with these stubborn islands, Greg. Besides, we got a music teacher here who'll expose you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
The music teacher, she's the librarian. Female.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. She passes by, point her out.
I will. So, how are you going to start the new pitch?
Oh, same old way. Keep that music teacher off balance, and then my next step will be to get your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Well, then I'll have to create some. I have to create a desperate need for a boys' band. You remember? Now, what's new around here? What could I use?
Nothing except the billiard parlor just put in a new pool table.
They never had a pool table here before?
No, only billiards.
That'll do. Well, either you're closing your eye to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, the beer fair. Certainly mighty proud to say, most mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spent with the cured mind and are golden. I'll be cultivate horse sense with the cool head. Key now. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in a table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B and that rhymes with P and that stands for poor. Now, I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm going to be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while I'm loafing around that hall? They'll be trying out Vigo, trying out Cuba, trying out tailor-mades like cigarette beans. And bragging all about how they're gonna cover up a telltale wet with sense. And one fine night, they leave the pool hall, head for the deck, see Henri, Liberty Men, and Spotted Women, and ragtime, sing this music that will drag your song, and your daughter, the arms of the jungle, animal instinct, mass hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground trouble.
Oh, yeah,
Right here in River City.
right here in River City.
Capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for poor.
That stands for
We
pool.
surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble. Right here.
Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones mobile after school.
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Mothers of River City, heed that warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The moment your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers? Below the knee are certain words creeping into his conversation. Words like, swell, and so's your old man. But it's so, my friends, we got trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
The capital of T that rhymes with P and that stands for fool.
That stands for
We
fool.
surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble. Right here.
With the T.
With the capital T.
That rhymes with P.
That rhymes with P.
And that stands for
That
fool.
stands for fool.
Did you drop your...
No.
How did I meet you in?
No.
I'll only be in town for a short while.
Good. Hello, Mama. Hello, dear. Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute.
Yes, Mom.
Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town. Oh, who? I never saw him before.
Did he say anything?
He tried.
Well, did you say anything?
Mama, of course not. All right, Amaryllis, now your exercises. So, la, re, ti, mi, a little slower, and please keep the fingers curved as nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
Well, if you don't mind me saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman had wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Well, excuse me for living, but I've never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of River City people and taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband that you've got none, why should you take advice from you? Even if you can put balls up in Shakespeare and all the other African Greeks.
Mama, if you don't mind me saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
Oh, no, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about a stranger.
What stranger?
With the suitcase in your baggy ass jacket.
Mama, do you think I'd allow a common masher? Now, really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
Oh, I know all about your standards, if you don't mind me saying so. There's not a man alive who can hope to measure up to the California St. Patrick of a web, so you can cut it for yourself. If your honest imagination, you're always staring and said you're lying into the books.
Well, if that isn't the best I ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I?
May I have a drink, please?
Yes, dear. Is that any way to walk into my house?
Hello.
Well, that won't do at all. I'll have a kiss from me, boy. That woman over there's your sister.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where's your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Can you come? I would especially like it very much if you'd come. Winthrop?
Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you to a party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We all know about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I bet he won't say it. No, thank you, Amaryllis. Amaryllis! Why does he get so mad at people just because he lisps?
It's not only because he lisps. That's just part of it, Amaryllis.
What's the other part?
Never mind, dear. It's just that he never talks very much.
Not even to you and your mother?
No, dear. We all have to be a little patient.
I'm patient, even though he doesn't ever talk to me. But I do to him. Every night. I say goodnight to him on the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it, too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
There, darling, you have lots of time. If not Winthrop, there'll be someone else.
Never. I'll end up an old maid like you.
For the time being, just say good night, my someone. You can put the name in when the right someone comes along.
All right. It's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.
Good night, my someone, good night, my love, sleep tight, my someone, sleep tight, my love, our star is shining, it's bright as light, for good night, my love, for good night. Sweet dreams be yours, dear. Hear me, sweet dreams to carry to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good
I'm sure we're all grateful to my wife, Eulalie McKechnie-Shin, for leading the singing. As mayor of River City, I welcome you, River Citysians, to the 4th of July exercises, set up on the indoors here at Madison Gymnasium on account of the weather. 4 and... The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. Oh, the members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some disagreement about costumes, I suppose. Instead, the Watanyi girls of the local wigwam of Hiawatha will present a spectacle, my wife, in which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie-Shin, will take a leading part.
tether, turther, oh, I'm shot! George, you shot me!
Who set off that cracker?
I know who did it. Tommy Gillis did it. Tommy Gillis did it.
Yes, it was Tommy Gillis.
Tommy Gillis? I wouldn't leave if I was you.
Mrs. Shin will recover. The Payne's fireworks spectacle, the last days of Pompeii, will take place, provided the rain stops by 9:30.
How can it be raining? The Gazette predicted fair.
Sure did, Ewart. That's why we all prepared for a storm.
The Gazette is accurate most of the time, and you know what, Jason? You want a nice fellow on the banking business being accurate most of the time.
Whatever, no,
Will you members of the school board stop bickering in public?
All the world got to
Never mind.
We heard there's a pool table in town.
That's what I heard. Now, just a minute.
Well, is it a pool table or isn't it?
Will you allow me to get on with the exercises?
We don't want any exercises till we get this pool table matter settled.
Let's protect our children, resist sin and corruption, smite that devil and keep our young boys pure. May I have your attention, please? Attention, please! I can deal with this troubled friend with a wave of my hand, this very hand. Please observe me if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize the River City Boys Band. Oh, think, my friends, how can an equal table hope to compete with the gold trombone? Remember, my friends, when a handful of trouble plays to the famous fabled walls of Jericho. All Billiard Pollard walls come tumbling down. Oh, band of doom, my friends. Oh, yes, I said a boys' band. Do you hear me? I said River City's gonna have a boys' band, and I mean she needs it today. Professor Harold Hill's on hand. River City's gonna have a boys' band, as sure as the word may be. And that band's gonna be in uniform. John, Willie, Teddy, Fred. And you'll see the glitter of crashing cymbals. And you'll hear the thunder rolling drums, the shimmer of trumpets, tan-ta-ra. And you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed. When Gil, Libera, Pat Conway, the great creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the queen of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing out like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom timpani and push the tune, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bell, euphoniums, and big bassoons. Having great that same 50 mountain cannon in the battery. Thundering, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters improvise a full rocket higher than the storm.
calls for emergency action. That man is a spellbinder. I want his credentials. Grab that hoodlum!
Thank you, Professor. Not to make an example of it. Ringleader, you know, what he does, the gang does.
She's obese! Let me go!
Ya wild kid, ya. Tagging down Main Street after my oldest girl last Sunday.
I wasn't either tagging.
Don't you contradict me!
We was just walking together. She's obese.
You watch your phraseology. I know what you's doing, my little Gracie Senior. Now you stay away from my oldest girl, or you'll hear from me till who laid the rails. Hill! I'll talk to you about this band thing on Monday morning, over at City Hall, 10 o'clock, sharp. Men, I want that spellbinder's credentials.
Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
Don't know this kid. He's tough. He's got his gang waiting outside.
Oh, I'll show you how to break up a gang. Oh, young lady, miss, what's your name?
Zanita, I don't have any idea why you expected me. Yes.
Do you know Tommy Gillis?
Well,
Tommy, this is Anita. Escort the young lady home by way of the candy kitchen.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
You have to.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Professor, you seem like a pretty bright young fellow. You made a couple of mistakes, though.
Oh?
The mayor happened to own that billiard parlor and the new pool table.
What was my other mistake?
That's Anita. She's the mayor's oldest girl.
Just a minute, Professor Hill. We'd like your credentials. We're the school board.
Academic certificate. Nothing of the kind.
We need letters and papers.
Make him put up a bond.
What am I hearing? Say, ice cream.
Ice cream. But I don't sing, young man, if that's what you're trying to get me to do.
All right, talk then. Down here.
Ice cream.
Talk slow.
Ice cream.
See? Singing is only sustained talking. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Now you, sir.
Ice cream.
Ladies, from now on, you'll never see one of these men without the other three.
Oh, but Professor, you're wrong. They've hated each other for years.
Suppose you live alone or anything?
No.
Oh, I've got some wonderful caramels over at the hotel if you just
Mr. Hill.
Professor Hill.
Professor of what? At what college do they give a degree for annoying women on the street like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall?
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, gold medal class of '05.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? And another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some people in this town, and I think it only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there that may very well give me some interesting information about you. Oh, Professor Hill! We're all agog, simply agog, on the cave. Everyone's so excited about the new band. I'm Ethel Toppelmeyer, and this is Mrs. Higgs and Mrs. Squires.
And of course you've met Eulalie McKechnie-Shin, our mayor's wife.
Isn't it exciting, Eulalie?
Well, I couldn't say. No, I couldn't say.
No, I could not say at this time. My husband will wish to investigate, I'm sure, and naturally, I'm reticent. Oh yes, I'm reticent.
Oh, of course, Mrs. Shin, I understand. But you see, part of my music plan includes the dance committee and, well... Oh, no, wait. Wait, do that again, Mrs. Shin. The way you just raised your foot just now.
Oh, well, I do have
Oh, what grace. What natural flow of rhythm. What expression of line and movement.
Mr. Hill.
Oh, you must accept the chairmanship of the Ladies' Dance Auxiliary. Mustn't she, ladies?
Oh, yes, please, you must, Eulalie.
Every move you make bespeaks Delsart. Will you? Will you, Mrs. Shin? Oh, please say yes.
Well, Eulalie McKechnie Shin. That is, well, dancing.
Oh, well, then you accept.
Well, I would just like
Thank
to...
you. You know, the young woman who plays the piano, Marion Paroo, I believe. Oh, well, after all, she is the librarian.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 chip.
Professor, her kind of woman doesn't belong on any committee. Of course, I should tell you this, but she advocates dirty books.
Dirty books?
Chaucer. Rabelais. Balzac. And the worst thing, of course, I should tell you this, but I'll tell.
The man lived on my street, let me tell.
Oh, stop! Let me tell. That woman made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town till she came here, old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison? Madison Gymnasium? Madison Picnic Park? Madison Hospital? That Miser Madison?
Exactly. Who did he think he was, anyway?
Well, I should say. Show off. Gave the town the library too, didn't he?
That's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city.
But he left all the books to her. She was seen going and coming from his place.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That woman made brazen overtures with a gilt-edged guarantee. She had a golden flame in her eye and a silver twisted counterfeit ring. Dismount her down and you'll review a lump of lead as cold as steel. Here, where woman's heart should be.
He left River City, the library building, but he left all the books to her.
Chaucer.
Rabelais.
Balzac.
Just a minute here. We need your credentials.
Oh, of course. I have just what you need over at the hotel. Come with me. Good night, ladies. Good night. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're going to the Mrs. Paroo, do you realize you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't think I understand you entirely, Professor.
Oh, if your boy has that same firm chin, those splendid cheek muscles, well, by George! Well, not that he could ever be really great, you understand,
If
but...
that so, in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Mendez, oh, Klein.
Professor, we are Irish.
No. No, that clinches it. Sign here, Miss Paroo. Your boy was born to play the cornet. Fine, fine. That'll be $7 earnest money. Nothing more due until the first installment payable at opening of band practice. Oh, well, and of course, I'll need the boy's measurements for his uniform.
Oh, his uniform.
Why, hello, son.
Would I have
A stripe? Why, certainly, my boy, a wide red stripe on each side. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. So if you can get him to play that band, it should be a miracle. Where'd you say you were from?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
How was she now?
Gary, Indiana, gold medal class of '05. Why, hello, Miss Paroo.
Mr. Hill,
He wants to put Winthrop in the band.
do you burst in on everyone's home like this?
Marion?
We're not interested.
Oh, now why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
You'll have to excuse Marion. She's not really...
Please. I'm sure that at heart she's just as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Mrs. Paroo.
Oh, good day to you, Professor. Marion Paroo! Marion!
Has he gone?
Hopefully not forever. Don't you ever think of your future, darling? Gary, Indiana, class of '05. Darling.
Mama, the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
It's just there's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in the other, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop? Winthrop, I know you're there. Please go to the library and ask Miss Scrub for the book I've set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. A large brown volume with black corners.
Do I have to?
You won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down.
Now what are you up to? Why do you need a book at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling the Indiana Journal may help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Sunita! Hey, Sunita! Meet me at the supper?
Meet you where?
The footbridge?
Last time the lumberyard, now the footbridge. And where will we meet after that? In a black hole of Calcutta? Eat that, Tommy's Cuba!
Didn't I say, get that spellbinder Harold Hill's credentials? I said it. Morning of July 4th, 1912.
Yes, George,
And
but...
now the whole town's turned upside down. The school board's singing up street and down alleys and singing the...
I found some very interesting information in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
His who?
His university?
Oh, I know all about that. That's all I can ever get out of him. Gary Conservatory, class of '05.
If you'll just take time to read a bit about the conservatory, I don't think you'll have to look further. It's here on...
Papa! The Wells Fargo wagon is just coming from the depot.
The Wells Fargo wagon at this hour of the day?
It could be the band instrument.
The band instruments. I want that man's credentials.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. Oh, please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be.
I got a box of maple sugar on my birthday. In March I got a great bag in and once I got some grapefruit from Grandma. So somebody won't send me about Savannah Cross.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming now. Is it a prepaid surprise or COD? Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be. Something very, very special now.
Men, you will each receive individual instruction in due course. In the meantime, stay off the streets. Get acquainted with your instruments and think about the minuet in G.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Sisters. I never played the 18th sister. And it's time to tell me, oh, sisters.
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I better hear some by gad tootin' out of them horns in pretty short order, or I'll see you in front of the grand jury. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
Come, George.
Now, just a second. I have to get something from the librarian. About that book.
I've never seen Winthrop so happy. Thank you, Professor Hill.
My pleasure, Miss Paroo.
Start her up, Mr. Washburn. Wait and see your new stuff Professor Hill taught us.
All right, kids, what'll it be?
The shapoopy.
Shapoopy!
Now, a woman who kiss on the very first date is usually a hussy. And a woman who kiss on the second time out is anything but fussy. But a woman who wait for the third time round, head in the clouds, feet on the ground. She's the girl he's glad he's found. She's his shapoopy, 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 shapoopy.
The girl is hard to get, but you can win her yet.
Professor Jones, who's that?
Shapoopy, 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 the girl who's hard to get. Shapoopy, 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 but you can win her yet. You can win her yet. Shapoopy.
Get your hands off my daughter!
Mr. Shin, Your Honor, your daughter and I have been going steady behind your back. We'd rather do it in front of your back.
I'm going to warn you once more.
Now, George.
Not a poop out of you, madam.
I think he means pee.
You know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Now get out, you wild kid.
Papa, please! It's Capulets like you that make blood in the marketplace. Eat that!
You watch your phraseology, young woman. Go home.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I want you to know I'm vouching for Tommy Gillis. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in town. You'll be standing in line waiting to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of the broken legs they'll have received from tripping over their beards. Now let me tell you something, my fine young feathered young... Never mind! Oliver, Jason, Ewart, Owen! I want this man's references and I want them tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slipperier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
Professor Hill, I think Mayor Shin has behaved abominably. And I think it was wonderful of you to come to Tommy's defense.
Oh, well, a man can't doubt the use you every time a little personal risk is involved. Well, after all, what does the poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths, the brave men only 500.
I just wish I were a little more informed. I've been wanting to speak with you about Winthrop's cornet.
His cornet? Mother of pearl keys.
I'm sure it's fine. He tells me about some think system. He says if he thinks the minuet in G, he won't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor...
Oh, Miss Marion, the think system is a revolutionary method, I'll admit. And now I cannot discuss these things here in public, but if you allow me to call. When may I call?
Why, any night this week.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, chip, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, talk a little, please, you and our adult stars take a video, talk a little, you were so dear tonight, dancing the shapoopy with Professor Hill. Chip, 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 you dance like a fairy tale cat, pick a little, talk a
dishes, Mama. I'll do them.
You the piano teacher in town?
Why, yes.
Then you must know about this fella Hill forming a boys' band here.
Yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling two-bit thimble rigger. I'm just passing through. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop.
Who are you?
Name's Charlie Cal, anvil salesman. But just now, I'm out to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Mr. Cal, you're making a big mistake.
Mistake my old lady's corset cover. That fella's been the raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth just long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me, and he's not going to spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of music teacher are you? You didn't see through him? He's no more professor than...
Oh, I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director in his school.
Band.
Well, no. Oh,
But nothing, girly girl. He never formed a band in his life, and he never will.
You'll never catch that train at Deeper. You'll have to make it at the crossing.
No, sir. I've got to leave word, and I can see you ain't the one to leave it with.
I never met a man who sells anvils before. That's something, well, quite different.
It takes a real salesman, I can tell you that. Anvils have a limited appeal, you know. What am I doing? I missed that train, I'll get fired. And I gotta leave word about that fella Hill.
Leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know you deliver these letters?
Try me. There's your train. Now run for it.
Why, you double-dealing little... Who do you think you're protecting? That fella's got a girl in every county in Illinois. And that's 102 counties. Not counting the piano teachers like you he cozies up to keep their mouths shut. Neither one of you's heard the last of me, girly girl.
Marion! Marion! Who is your guest? Why, Professor Hill.
Mrs. Paroo, the top of the evening. Miss Marion.
Why don't you and the professor set? I've got some jelly on the stove.
There's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, then I'll go and put some on.
Shall we set, as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
Professor Hill, is it true that you... What I'm trying to say is... I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now say, where'd you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Oh, now, Miss Marion. Surely you don't believe everything you hear. Well, after all, one even hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty?
Uncle Matty.
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me in a sure job so Mother and Winthrop and I would have some security. Surely you don't believe.
Of course not. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. But why do you think people start those rumors?
Narrow-mindedness, jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly. And jealousy mostly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Well, just that. But of course, it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to. I mean, take you for instance. Your attentions to customers and teachers might easily be misinterpreted, mightn't they? I mean, now honestly, mightn't they?
Why, I don't...
And so you say, if another salesman or somebody were jealous, well, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What?
Rumors and things.
Oh, of course.
Just goes to show you should never believe everything you hear, doesn't it? I mean, if you discuss things...
Miss Marion, I would be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you. But couldn't we do it sitting down? You do sit. Your knees bend and all.
We could sit on the porch steps.
Or we could sit over the footbridge.
Oh, I couldn't think of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk. Meet me there in 15 minutes.
I just can't. Please, some other time? Maybe tomorrow.
My dear little librarian, pile up enough tomorrows and you find you've collected nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. I don't know about you, but I'd like to make today worth remembering. The footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama!
What, dear?
I just told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Oh, glory be, and the saints be praised, it works.
What does?
Well, I've been using the think system on you from the parlor.
One Grecian urn, 2 Grecian urns, and a fountain.
Stop! Stop! Listen to this man!
You gullible green-grassed goats. I'm here to talk about Harold Hill, road agent, highwayman, pickpocket.
Pickpocket.
Same thing. He's had his hand in your wallet, mister, and yours, madam, and yours, little lady, ever since the first moment he came to this town. There's more documented evidence than you'll ever have time to read. There isn't any band. There never has been any band. And there never will be any band. And if you don't hunt this man down right now like a mad dog, there won't be any Harold Hill either. He'll be on the next train out of town.
Now will you believe me? Well, what are we waiting for?
I want my money back. Money back? I want his hide.
After him! After him! And when you find him, bring him back to the schoolhouse! After him!
Guys going all over town, spilling everything.
All right, Marsh, get the ring.
I've got it.
Well, what time's the freight go?
9:40 from the junction.
It's not even 8:30.
Look, you want to turn around here and get yourself caught in a trap, that's fine. You go ahead.
Marsh, don't worry. I'll meet you over at the hotel in plenty of time. Miss Marion, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
Well, I'd say about 26 years late. It took you all this time to get to the footbridge with a fellow.
If you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh?
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I suppose I got the first, to find it easier to think clearly, when not under the spell of your salesmanship.
Oh, now, Miss Marion. Surely you don't think I've been trying to sell you in?
No. You've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
I don't recall giving you anything.
Yes, you have. Something
Excuse me, I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it. Now what?
Who's the salesman here? Sounds like she's selling and you're buying.
Why, I had to keep her off balance, didn't I?
She's so far off balance now, you couldn't tell her from a catboat in a hurricane.
All right, Mars, get the rig. Never a peaceful moment in the music business. Now, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Oh, well, we really don't have to get into that just now, do we?
No. Or ever, for that matter, Harold. The librarian hasn't felt much like doing research lately. But she did plenty when you first came here.
Oh, about what?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory of Music, gold medal class of Alt 5. Harold, there wasn't any Gary Conservatory of Music in Alt 5.
Oh, why the city?
Because the town wasn't even built till Alt 6. See you at the sociable.
You knew all the time?
Since July 7th. 3 days after you came.
Oh, why, you little...
Cricks are here, they're here. He's not anywhere around here. Let's try down by the creek.
Winthrop!
Oh, wait a minute here, son.
My son, Link found me.
Oh, not till I talk to you for a second.
I won't listen. You will tell the truth anyway.
Oh, I would too.
Would not.
Would too. Tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a dirty rotten cook?
Yes.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Let me tell you, big liar.
Oh, what's the matter? You wanted the truth, and I gave it to you. No, I'm bigger than you, so you might as well stand here and quit whittling and get it all. Now, there's two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the first. That's why I wanted you in the band. Just so you quit moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band, kid.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to now?
Now that I think of it, it's not any of your business.
I wish you'd never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sid, do you believe him?
Yes, I do. I believe the way every kid walked around here this summer and talked and acted, especially you, and the parents, too. Do you think Mama wishes he'd never come to River City?
Well, you do, don't you?
No, Winthrop, I don't. Now go, Harold, please.
Go on, Professor, hurry up.
I can't go, Winthrop.
Why not?
Because for the first time in my life, I got my foot stuck in the door.
Craig, you're here. You're here, you gotta go that way, come on.
Virtue has triumphed! The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, as I have heard, who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say them dead.
Well, I should think there ought to be some of you who could forget our everlasting, Iowa-stubborn, chip-on-the-shoulder arrogance long enough to remember River City before Harold Hill arrived. Well, do you remember? Do you? I should think you'd want to be grateful to him for what he's brought here. And if so, I should think you'd want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time. If there's anyone who doesn't wish to see that man Hill tarred and feathered, please step forward. You lady, step back! Have you people forgotten how you bought expensive band uniforms, technical instruction booklets, high-priced instruments? Have you forgotten the clear understanding and warranty that your children would be taught to play in a band? Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
Think, men. Think.
my